Welcome back. Well, if you were given this pill, would you really want to try it? I mean, that's a question that we'd like to ask you as well as an audience. Do call us in on the numbers flashing on your screens. Would you accept a pill like this that will help you live 150 years? It's of course your physical appearance, not just it doesn't just halt your aging or your growth. It sort of reverses it. That's what the pill does. Not too sure how much research has gone into it, but the scientist says that he's tried it on a good number of people, including himself. And his father, at the age of 70, is now sort of pumping weights and doing treks and whatnot after having that pill, and his aunt or niece is a lot more active at the age of 90 after consuming the pill. So we're not too sure. Is this reversing? Is the pill really reversing age here, or is it helping them gain stamina even at that age of 70, 80, 90? To tell us a little more, we have experts joining us from the field of medicine, cosmetology and whatnot, and of course some spiritual leaders to tell us a little more on what religion says about aging and trying to halt one's, trying to reverse your beauty or your age or beauty, trying to keep yourself beautiful longer. Well, beauty is skin deep, but nonetheless. Dr. Anup joining us, who's a geriatric medicine expert from Manipal Hospital. Thank you so much. We have Dr. Fatima, body science, a dermatologist, cosmetologist joining us. Thank you so much. We have Dr. Uday, a spiritual thinker joining us. Thank you so much, sir. We have Umar Shariff, who's also a religious thinker joining us. Of course, Father Faustine Lobo, who's also a religious thinker joining us. I'll start off with what the medical world or the scientific world has to say with Anup. Is this a pill that can become a reality? Are we looking at people in the near future living up to 150 years?
Well, honestly, I think we're celebrating too early. If you look at the science, aging is a composite process. There are various factors which affect aging, and if you look at it from the cellular perspective, you have the mitochondria, you have something called as telomeres, and then you have oxidative stress which causes cell death. So there are various factors which determine how long a cell is going to live. I think in this particular case, the presumption is that NAD, which is an enzyme, it's a protein, so that improves cellular breathing and cellular communication. So the theory is that if you increase the quantum of NAD, so the cell would live that much longer. So that's the theory. And what they've done in practice is to test it on mice. And then they've said that yes, if you increase the amount of NAD, the mice tend to live longer. But can you extrapolate that to the human body?
Yeah.
I'm a bit skeptical about that.
Why would you say that? Because most medicines are usually tried on
humans
on mice, and then we even consume it, and we're still consuming it. A lot of it which was tested initially on the mouse.
That's right. So prior to us, if you were to ask me when would I start to prescribe this on my patients, I think as doctors and as scientists, we would look at evidence, and that evidence has to happen in a structured manner in a clinical trial. So you need to have two sets of population, one on which you try this drug, one on which you're not, and then see if there's a significant difference between the parameters amongst the one who take these medicines versus the ones whom you don't take. So only once these trials are done, and once we know for sure that this is done, and the caveat is that the side effect profile as well. So it has to be proven beyond doubt that A, it's effective, and B, it's safe. So only once we reach that stage, I would start prescribing, but I think that's a long way off.
The fact that this particular man, this scientist, has made news sitting in one town in the US corner trying to do his scientific research. He's made headlines all across the globe. That itself shows how desperate all of us are to have a pill that will age our, reverse our age or sort of halt our aging process. As much as we want it, we're not too sure if we have it, how we're really going to react to it. Living longer, I mean, the body you always want to keep it the best, in the most fittest possible way, but you can't ever trust your mind, right? Will you be, mentally willing or mentally fit to live up to 150 years? Well, that aside, going over to Fatima. Fatima, you're a cosmetologist yourself. You make people look beautiful. The ones who are looking run down and worn out, you sort of make them look great in whatever scientific way or a scientific breakthrough that has been. You use all of those formulas to ensure that a person looks beautiful. Can you tell me if this pill here we're talking about is really true? Could this become a reality?
See, now delaying aging has been a very challenging quest which has been mankind has faced since, you can say, it's been more of a mystery, and people have been pursuing to find solutions since 550 to 60 years. You cannot totally negate that the possibility, because many things which were just fiction in the past, like you must have watched the famous movie Face Off, Nicolas Cage and John Travolta,
yes,
where the face transplant happened. So that was just a story, it was total fiction, which became reality with a partial face transplant in 2005 and a full face transplant in 2010.
Absolutely.
So that was possible. Now, many diseases which were certain earlier, 100 years ago, were called the curse of the gods, like polio, typhoid, AIDS. They said, okay, now it was various wrong sexual practices which cause AIDS, so that's a curse of the gods. Now science has conquered all that in 200 years. There's a treatment for all that. In fact, smallpox has been eradicated. There's been a solution for all that. And even cloning of animals, which was just some vague concept which nobody ever thought would ever become
a reality.
Yes, we had Dolly, which was cloned 15 years ago, and then we have our own Indian buffalo, Samruta, which was cloned in, I think, 2013, and we have Nero, which was a Pashmina goat. So various kinds of scientific, you can call it miracles, so it needs to have the science and religion together. You need the, the creator along, and we are just understanding the whole process.
I think religious part is the belief that you have,
yes,
and science gives you the formula.
Yes, the formula to it. So once we start thinking about it, then we find our pathway to make that happen, a reality. So if you consider what are the processes which are right now ongoing, see, anything which increases the lifespan of a cell or delays the dying of a cell will increase the life of the individual or prolong life. So by saving a cell or an organ, you can actually delay the aging process. So this particular molecule is increasing the oxygen uptake of a cell. So thereby it's delaying the death of the cell.
See, delaying it to a possible 10 years, 20 years is still believable, right? Here we're looking at, first of all, life expectancy. The longest a woman has lived in France was about 122 years, which was from 1875 to 1997. And hence, ever since, or since then to now, medicine has sort of, grown in terms of, you have so much breakthroughs in science, and there's so much development in healthcare and whatnot. Even then, even after that, there's nobody has surpassed that age of 120 years. Here we're looking at a pill that will promise you to live up to 150 years.
So if you consider 100 years ago, the lifespan was like 60, 50, 60.
Correct.
Today, the lifespan is like 80, 90.
Yes.
So today's 80 is like yesteryear 60. And if 120 has been possible now, then 150 is not too far away.
120 was possible even before science evolved.
No, but it depends on how much of the population was actually reaching there and how healthy they are. So, there are various things which lead to aging if you try to understand the aging process. So, you have your genetic reasons for aging, then you have your environmental factors. Now, as you age, there are a lot of changes which happen in the body between 30 to 70. So, once you start understanding the process, then there are certain solutions will come to counter it. So, one could be the increased oxygen uptake, the other one could be foraging free radicals. Like every day we are exposed to tons of toxins. So by just removing the toxin from your body before it has a chance to attack your cell, we are saving a cell. By saving a cell, we are saving, increasing the life of the organ. Now, what is your body? It's just a cumulative collection of your organs. So you're prolonging the life. So you have things which forage toxic radicals. Then you have things like just now this pill which has come, which increases the oxygen uptake. We also have things which increase the cell turnover. Like as you age, the cell turnover reduces. So one way of delaying the aging is to increase the cell turnover. So there again we have various methods, like now we have plasma, platelet-rich plasma, and stem cell is being researched on a big scale. So all these are empirical, anecdotal, but we have been seeing changes where even scientists have even been assessing the telomere length. So the shortening of the telomere length is directly proportional to how long the person will live. So by slowing down the shortening of the telomere, that itself is evidence that the aging is being delayed.
So you're saying it's possible?
There is a possibility, because things which were considered impossible, like I said, like the face transplant and cloning, in vitro fertilization, there are many scientific breakthroughs which have happened, which were quite remarkable.
All right, I'm almost skipping a heartbeat. I'm actually very excited. And looking at you, Fatima, I'd believe it, because you're looking the same, like 20 years ago than I've known you in today? How?
I treat myself as a guinea pig before I treat my patients.
Good one. All right. We're going to slip into a quick break. We'll come back with some responses from religious thinkers and what they think and what religion believes on aging. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Well, as much as we would love to live longer, it's about whether you'll be healthier and living longer. It's not just about living longer, right? You've got to be healthy as well. And I think that's what religion all the time propagates, about how to eat right, how to live right, how to exercise right, and whatnot, in different forms, different ways in different religions. But do you believe in external beauty? Does religion talk about external beauty? And exactly. What I know parts of some religions, but why don't you tell me, sir?
No, yes, it's true. Whatever they said, it's exactly correct. But only one point.
Right.
You can call it as a myth or it is a truth.
Right.
That is depends upon your experiences and your studies. And you have to analyze in such a way that, we are having the live examples in between us. We have got Siddhaganga Swamiji. He lives for 121 years. He is leading a yogic life.
Right.
He eats less. He makes yoga. He makes puja. He is doing dhyana or whatever meditations.
Right.
So it keeps him very healthy. Healthy in the sense, physically, as you are rightly pointing out, looks are not most important. The inner look and outer look is definitely.
Yeah, you got to be healthy.
Healthy. Yeah.
And the question is, will I want to live long looking wrinkled, or do I want to live long looking young?
No, that is true.
That's the point of debate.
That is true. That is also for that also we had. This is nothing new for Indian tradition. It is not new because in a Kaya Kalpa there is one treatment Panchakarya that is then in Ayurveda.
Right.
And if you go for the treatments of this what you call naturopathy, they used to do all those things. Your wrinkles will vanish and your beauty will shining more.
Prolonged. But was it really effective?
Definitely yes. You can say my wife. What is my age? You can say, I'm not 70. I'm not 80.
You're more?
No, I'm not 80. I'm not 70. I'm below 60. But I looks like a little bit more older than that.
No,
that
you don't actually.
No, I'm not older. I'm younger one. I'm younger than this by my heart. Yeah, but of course that's true. Only thing is, I'm fully agree with the doctor. Doctor has told it has been proved, and Sinclair is also very carefully has predicted one thing. However, Dr. Sinclair warned the people not to try to reverse the aging process before the research papers have been published.
Anything that anybody manufactures will have a disclaimer at the end.
That is true. That is then they are escaping from their responsibility. They
obviously want to shine.
Moreover, I'm sorry, don't mistake me, doctor. The lobby, the medical lobby or medicine lobby, the allopathic lobby or USA and UK lobbies, they are actually destroying our ancient system of our lifestyle. As you are rightly showed, that particular person who is doing yoga at that age, maybe he looks like a older man, but his heart, his health and his inner senses,
is young.
He is very young. He is very young. He is very, very, very lovely personality, and he want to give to the society.
And he's so sharp, and the way he's sort of advising.
And you cannot misjudge. The Nittur Srinivas Rao lived for 105 years almost. That dictionary, the one person called Venkata Subbaya, Professor Venkata Subbaya, everybody knows in Karnataka. He still lives. And he goes for the programs and he is giving speeches. His memory is such a beautiful. And you take the example of Sudhakar Chaturvedi, Arya Samaja, he lives on 121 years. Every day, he is a Savyasachi, he writes in both hands. He listens.
So what's the longest
practice,
what's the longest age or lifespan that we've heard? 21 years, you said.
He is 121, still he is there with us, and he is doing every day Homa Havana, and he is not believing anything other
doctor,
than...
going by this, what this pill promises, does this pill promise that you look young as well, or is it just that you will live long?
No, look young and live long with your memory and your sight and your hearing.
And your stamina.
Totally, you are supposed to be active.
No,
so at 150,
aging is a holistic process. So skin is just one of the organs in your body. So the delaying of aging which is happening in your other organs is also happening in your skin and your brain and your hair.
So if your
can't
other
one
organs
organ,
are healthy, so your
everything, it's
aging also
overall.
delays.
It's an overall, it's a package you get, total
so what
package.
you're looking at is a cellular level, what they're talking
Yes.
about. And cells are the basic building blocks of life, and that's there in each and every organ. So when you address a cell, you're basically addressing all
Addressing,
the
yeah,
Okay,
the
so,
organ
okay.
accumulates to form the
And we
organ.
have got beautiful theory of Ashtanga Yoga. Ashtanga Yoga tells so many things, that has to be practiced. Nowadays it is a fashion in all over the world. Every entire whole world is celebrating Yoga Day.
Right.
Because yoga means not asanas.
So basically, you're saying as a religious person, you're saying that yoga is possibly the best anti-aging activity that you could possibly do, and any of this scientific or medical, medicines coming.
I just want to clarify one thing. Yoga means not asanas, not exercises, not physical exercises. What we are now teaching
Right.
and we are practicing, it is just a physical exercises.
Right.
Yoga is having Ashtanga, that means 8 parts in it. Yama, Niyama, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Nididhya.
Get it, yes.
Like that,
Yeah.
there are so many things. You have to concentrate. If you
No,
concentrate.
but is what you're directed at is basically that yoga is the means or the best possible way
That is without
to
pill.
anti-aging.
That is without pill.
Do you propagate external medicines?
No,
That's
no,
what I was coming to.
that is without pill. But with some sort of tonics like rasayanas, those rasayanas have been created, that has been abstracted from the herbals, and it has been given in a proper way. Kayakalpa, it is having its own processes, it has to go. You are not supposed to be out. No, you have to be there inside for 90 days, and you are out of sunshine, sunshades, and so many things are there. So many practices has to be taken care. Then you will be everlasting. You are ever. You can say
Everlasting,
that,
that's it,
everlasting in the sense, that is a beauty. That is a beauty. That is what we are supposed to grasp, and we have to. Actually, we are supposed.
So why are we looking at modern medicines? You're saying it's there in Ayurveda
That has been
way before established in India already.
First itself, I just took a excuse from our
Yeah.
learned doctor. I told him, please excuse me. We are almost destroying our heritage, our ancient culture, our Ayurveda, the Veda, the Ayushman,
Yes,
that
yes.
Yojana. These are all the things, Every medicine has to be created by one or other herbals only. That is true. That whether it is allopathy or whether it is Ayurvedic or whether it is something else. And Siddha Yoga and Siddha Aushadas, these are all the things are very beautifully makes you beautiful.
Okay.
Inner and outer.
Okay.
Only thing is, of course, age and the dying cells, as she is rightly pointed out, that has to be taken care. It will be taken care. It has been taken care. And it is possible to take care.
Right. Dr. Fatima, Dr. Anup, so you agree that whatever possible medicines that the modern science has come up with is all the basis of it is herbs?
See, modern medicine is an extension of what has been practiced. There are various research which has been done, scientific papers which have been published on the effect of yoga on the human physiology. So yoga does relax your heart rate, reduces your BP, releases endorphins, and various
But will help you live
prostaglandins.
longer to what extent?
Yes, so these are the substances which are released from the brain into the body which start the healing process.
Correct. So no, but I'm asking you, to what extent there's yoga and herbal medicine in the form of Ayurveda, Ayush and whatnot? How has there been proof that to what extent can a human live?
See the previous Nobel Prize winners, one of the physicians was working on the telomere length, and what actually reduces the reduction of telomere length, or rather increases the telomere length. And one of the things which they did find out, and she was awarded the Nobel Prize for it, was that the stress reaction, the oxidative stress reaction, actually reduced the size of telomere. So certain things like yogic poses and those meditation, those actually reduce the oxidative stress, and as a consequence of that increase or maintain the telomere length. So these are evidence based, where we say that.
To what extent? How many years? What's
Well,
the life expectancy?
I don't think there is one yoga pose which will give you 5 years extension or another which will give you 10 years extension.
And the rate of aging is different from.
Because exactly you are on the line. You have agreed. And you adjusted all those things. And I'm not talking about asanas. I'm talking total concept of the yoga.
Yes.
Ashtanga yoga must be there. Yama, Niyama, pratyahara, pranidhana, and dharana, dhyana, and then samadhi. That is, that it looks like you difficult.
It sounds heavy, yeah.
That is a different story, but it's very, very easy. What is yama? Yama means the system. How you are supposed to be in outer world. You have to be shaucha.
But that's the thing, right? In this fast age, something like a quick fix pill is what you will be eyeing at. Because I'll do all the rubbish that I want to do. I want to experience all that the world has to offer, and then finally go pop one pill.
Same time,
and then come
want to reduce oxidative
come
stress.
to that conclusion.
No. I'm talking about general perception, right? A lot of us, that's how we think. We want quick fixes.
No, that is why Ayurvedic doctors also now they are requesting give some painkillers, permission to allopathic. Let us use some allopathic. That's true. That has been totally against the Ayurvedic philosophy. Number one. Number two, I just want to make one small. I told all medicines are made only by herbals. No, not only by herbals. There are so many other things also. For example, insulin and so many other animal this thing, from animals also we are getting some sort of medicines. That is true. Human bodies and other animals parts. Like that is also there, because the totally living creatures will create another life. Only life can make one more life.
Okay.
Dead cells cannot be utilized.
Right.
If a person is not getting a baby, then he will come and ask doctor what has to be done. He will tell that you have to go for test tube baby, or you have to get some sterilization or something like that. Ultimately something will happen, but life only gives another life. My life will go to my womb of my wife, and I am getting one more body. That my life is there. That's it. That has to. All right,
Mr. Udia, I'm going to cut you short here. I'm going to cut you short here because we have a couple of callers calling in to find out if at all this is true and their dream would come true finally. We'll slip in a quick break. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Well, let's go over, before we get to Mr. Umar Shariff, who's an Islamic religious thinker on what Islam says about aging. Let's quickly take in Krishnan calling in from RR Nagar, who's inquisitive about the pill. Go on, Krishnan. Can you hear us?
Hello.
Yes, please go on, Krishnan.
Hello.
Yes, we can hear you.
Hello.
Krishnan, can you hear us? Please tell us, what do you want to ask?
Hello, my name is Krishnan TV.
Yes, please go on.
I am from Rajeshwari Nagar. I'm just watching this program.
Right.
See, aging is something which the moment anybody is born, it's all fixed by the divine, in my opinion.
Okay.
So whatever pills or something, what they say, it's all, see, it's not that say it's fake or something like that. It's only an attraction, that's all. Because you don't know what happens tomorrow. See, I'm just now nearing 80 years.
Oh, you're 80.
That doesn't
you don't
mean
sound
that I
80,
will live up to
Krishnan.
100 years.
Yeah, that's true.
He doesn't sound 80. Yeah.
I think
Hello?
if I'm
Krishnan, you don't sound 80. Your voice is not shaky whatsoever.
Acha?
Yeah,
Okay.
you sound very young.
Okay, now you can hear.
I can hear, yes, and more. Can you tell us what do you do for anti-aging?
What?
You said you're 80 years, didn't you?
Huh?
You're 80 years, 80?
Eating.
No, 80.
Hello?
Okay, here, Krishnan, okay, please go on, please continue.
Yeah. See, I told you, so this tablets and all this, I don't have any belief in that because what is wanted is good, kind of a principled life actually, that without taking this junk food and all these things like that.
Right.
And then suffering.
Right.
You have a good, healthy food and do normal exercises and do certain, come on the spiritual line also.
Right.
Like prayers and yoga if possible. This will all help actually, but one thing is this certain that man has to die at whatever age he has to die, he will die. Whatever the tablets.
So
that you
it's
take,
predestined. You're saying it's pre-written, predestined. It's already decided.
Yeah, it's all predestined.
Okay.
The moment we are born, it is written very clearly when we go back.
Right.
Yeah, we don't know that.
Can I ask you one question?
Yes, tell me.
How do you sound so young? How do you sound so young?
Because in young age, I was a sportsman.
Ah,
I was
yes.
an athlete.
Okay, you were an athlete.
Even at the age of 30, 35, I used to jog about 10 kilometers
Wow, okay.
in Jayanagar.
Uh-huh.
So that has kept me in good stead.
Right.
And I don't know how long I live. But
but
as
you-
long as I live, I
But-
pray to God that I keep good health.
You have any complications? You have any health complications?
No, nothing.
Nothing. And
Only
you're
few may be there.
Few maybe
Not
there.
very complicated.
Like what? The
See,
usual
it
BP,
is
sugar.
always there. As
di-
as age advances, definitely this will come on the body.
Of course, yeah.
Something or the other, but not serious.
Okay, not serious.
I'm not a sugar patient. I don't have any BP because I am very, very patient. I am very silent also.
Uh-huh.
I don't worry about it.
Ah.
Whatever comes, I take it as God's gift.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So then, in that case, I'm hoping that you'd live beyond 100. All the best.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much,
Without
sir.
taking a tablet.
Without taking tablet. Well, that's exactly what our
Wonderful.
grandparents
That's
and our
the
fathers, our forefathers believe in. They
That's
believe
the
in no
truth.
medicine.
That's the truth.
Yeah.
That's the truth what he is explaining, that is the beauty. You concentrate, you have God's, yes, like that, so many things. And you must swallow and you have to follow properly. Life.
Right. So
Lifestyle,
you've got to follow
beliefs.
it. Let's go over to Umar
Swallow
Shariff.
swallow in this, I'm not talking about the medicines only.
Right.
The food, the materials, the visual.
So basically,
visions.
religion itself has so much to offer that if you follow it strictly, and if you follow it, end to end, there's no possible way that you will be disappointed. Is that what you say to Umar Shariff?
First of all, I must congratulate the doctor because I am totally in line with his thoughts. Because whatever comes in the world, it has to be checked,
Tested.
and then we need to find proofs and evidences. And today there's so many things. And in fact, when I went through the article, it said, it is believed, and it is said it could. So all these words, it's very beautifully used. But a person like you, even you as an anchor, sometimes you make a mistake. You're like, yeah, you can live. But the article doesn't say that. The article says you could live. And again, it says it is believed. So it is faith. So faith, there are so many other faiths also. If somebody is saying...
No, but he's saying that I've tried it on my father,
He
on my
is
aunt,
trying.
on myself and whatnot.
This
It
is
is-
anecdotal evidence.
Yes.
It is not a scientific evidence.
It is
This
not.
anecdotal
Exactly.
evidence.
Few random people on which he's tried.
He is tried.
It's worked on a few
He
random.
is
On a
trying.
program.
That
So
is
now
the
we need
literature.
to
He is
we need
trying.
to conduct clinical trials,
But
get
the
more,
process.
garner
The way-
scientific
One after the other, please.
The
yeah.
way you see it is what we call as anecdotal evidence. He says that he tried this pill and they're living longer. But the confounding factors could be many. They should be doing regular exercises. They may be eating something, very regular diet. So those factors may have had much more influence than the pill that they've been taking.
Okay.
So there is no way I can say that it is only
Because of the pill only.
pill.
That's what
It doesn't happen that way.
Right. Going back to Umar, yeah.
So coming to the point, as Albert Einstein once said, science without religion is lame, and religion without science is blind. So both have to, be
Go
hand in hand, and that's how people can explore the beauty of the unseen. So that's how I look into it. I think most of the religious people, or even the people of the scientific background,
Yeah.
they also would agree to some point. There's always a debate between the evolutionist theory and the creationist theory. That is there. Let us have that debate also, the healthy debate.
Right.
Now, having said that, how do we see aging? How do we see aging? As far as the Quran is concerned, I need to speak a little bit of religious angle to this.
Yes.
Quran says a man is born as a baby, and then he develops to become an adult, and he is given strength. At some point, he is also made weak, and he is made old. And there is a sign for a people who ponder in this, that you cannot be here as a resident forever on this earth. So get prepared to the life after death. But when you think that this pill is going to make me feel comfortable for the next 150 years, then you feel like, yeah, I'm going to be safe. I mean, I don't have to be bothered about life after
the
death.
pill does not make you immortal.
It can't make,
Yeah.
but a kind of, a person is given a kind of a placebo kind, even through
If you
this.
can get a better quality
If a
life,
person, it's a placebo.
Better quality life.
Better quality
That's true.
life, better
Better
quality
quality.
life.
I mean, whatever
Good
it is,
feeling.
at least even if you're living up till 150, at least by
Extension.
148, you'll be worried. Oh, in 2 years I'm
Let
going
me
to
tell
die.
you, let me tell you, there's a person living now for more than 2,000 years.
Yes.
What?
Father would be able to tell me, Jesus Christ. may peace be upon him.
Yeah.
According to me, the Quran says, وَمَا قَتَلُوهُ وَمَا صَلَبُوهُ وَلَكِنْ شُبِّهَ لَهُمْ. The Quran says, nobody killed him, nobody crucified him, but he is alive. What do you say about that?
Oh wow, I mean that's getting too spiritual. Okay, can we all have the pill that Jesus had?
Jesus doesn't need the pill. He is alive.
What does Jesus need? And we want what Jesus has.
One more.
I thought Jesus has given away everything that he has. He's not given us the secret to long life.
Just for a second.
He has.
Just for a second.
As
he has rightly pointed out about Jesus,
right.
Our philosophy, our people, our ancestors, they are telling that there are Chiranjeevis. They are still alive. 7 people are there in our world, like Anjaneya. And so many people are there.
I mean, you know what? Let's talk about what we can see.
what
we can see. What is visibly present in front of us.
Okay. Another angle. Angle for you to understand. Yeah. See, 150 is a big number now. Because I am a spiritual person and you wanted the angle from here.
Of course, yeah.
Prophet said the people in the earlier years, they used to live for long duration. Like for instance, even if you see the Bible, you'll come to know Noah lived for 950 years. According to the Quran. And again, Adam, the first man, he lived for 1,000 years. And even if you see the bodies of the ancient old, their skeleton is almost 10 times of ours, the size-wise. So it was done in that way for the people of that time. But now the Prophet said, for the ummah, for the people of my times, the average is 60 years. So we don't have much hopes. Prophet went to the extent to say, when I pray, I don't know, I'll be praying the next prayer. In the sense, you pray as though this is your last prayer.
Last day, yeah.
So if you are going to have this kind of attitude, you will feel a sense of
so you're saying,
accountability.
Okay, I got it. So you're basically trying to say, even if this pill came into existence, it's not good for us.
No, I wouldn't say that. No, if it is experimented and proven, I wouldn't mind having it. Seriously,
right, okay.
And it has to be proven.
Okay.
See, there's no harm.
It has to be proven. Get your concern. Totally get your concern. Okay, quickly, before I go to Father, let me get Hardik from Kormangla on the phone line with us. Go on, Hardik.
Yeah, so I've heard that, this new pill has come into existence. I've watched this movie called Requiem for a Dream, in that movie also the old lady takes a pill just to increase her age, and it's almost the same kind which is happening now, and we're seeing that a pill is coming forward to ensure that you can stay for 150 whole years.
Right. Are you excited about the pill? Would you want to have it?
No, not really.
No.
Because
why not?
Because I mean, if I have to go according to what exactly happened in the movie, I wouldn't want what happened to her, because she aged really soon after she took the pill.
Oh, shucks.
Yeah.
That was a myth here. We're looking at a pill becoming a reality there. Hardik, would you? Does that excite you, or does that make you feel scared or worried?
In a way, science is actually it's going forward, and maybe they have come up with the pill, and it is scientific, the whole genome sequence and what not about science. But after that, how much will it reach out to people? Because as a youth, I don't think I would want to take it, because I would want to go with how my genetics works or how my entire system works, but I wouldn't want something else being taken, supplements being taken to ensure that I become
Okay, so
old.
You're saying externally, you do not want supplements to be taken, or external force to sort of give you good health or longer life. You would do it as in a most healthy possible way, live up to what your religion possibly says?
Not really, because see,
we know Indians are very bonded with our religion, so it's okay if you are.
No. So I'm an athlete, so I run, and I.
So you believe in healthy life, healthy long life, nothing external. All right. First, Father Faustine Lobo, thank you so much, Hardik. Father Faustine Lobo, what do you think? Do you think a pill like this? Of course, scientifically, doctors are here to establish that. But what does Christianity really speak about aging? Like Umar Shariff said, Jesus is still alive. On what spiritual level do you believe that, how soon will people, first of all, people who are worried about external beauty, what would be your reaction to them?
Okay, on a lighter note, our life today is full of life of pills. So we have pills in the morning, pills in the afternoon, in the evening. So it is one more pill that is introduced.
Right.
as a Christian, my belief is we are supposed to protect life. Anything that protects life is welcome. If we are able to prolong life because of certain pill, that is okay, because God is the author of life. When God is the author of life, He has right over my life. I have no right over my life. So I cannot take away my life. But God has given me responsibility to protect, save life. So that's basic assumption that we have to have. And now about this pill, first of all, we need not be too excited because it is not a reality as yet.
It's not proven, yeah.
Yes. Second thing, if life is prolonged because of this pill, it looks it's a magical
it's
pill.
a miracle, yeah.
Because see, the thing is, it's not only this pill will prolong your life. When everything else is constant, it may. Everything else has to cooperate, support.
Absolutely.
So let us say my worries, if I continue to have and I'm really in tension, this pill will not help me. If I have other toxic troubles, it will not help me. Secondly, our experience is these pills have created toxicity within ourselves many times.
Yeah, exactly.
There are side effects, many side effects. See, this could be one more pill which can create other problems. So therefore,
it will influence the pancreas and it will
Yeah.
reduce the.
That's why we said
That's
safety
That's what-
and efficacy.
so therefore,
yeah,
therefore,
that's what
let
I
us
know.
let us not believe that this is a magical pill. Second thing is, I want to ask, why long life? See, the
That's what I've-
question is very important. See, we are excited because we are able to live 150. But why? What I can achieve by 60, why should I wait for 150?
No, I differ here. I'll
See,
talk
the
to you
question
later.
is, see, now for a Christian, the life that with integrity is best life.
Best life.
Life with integrity. So you live 5 years, 10 years, 150, 100, it is immaterial. Life with integrity. A person who is genuine, a person who is a person for all, that is the kind of life that we should aim at.
We should aim at. So not external beauty is not something that you really...
That is immaterial for me. See, you were asking whether if the pill is given, will you take? I'm not excited about this pill.
You're not?
No, not at all. Because beauty is immaterial. Second, life, whatever span of life that I have, that is enough for me. I'm not seriously worried about living 150 because see, that will create many other problems. What about
growth in
so let us
older
say-
population?
let us say dependency. The number of dependents would increase. The mortality rate would come down. Mortality rate when it comes down, birth rate is constant. Let us say population explosion. Already we are experiencing that, and we are adding to that. See,
And then you'll have another issue of who can access this miracle pill and who can't. Your first world countries will be living longer while your second world and third world will be dying sooner. And then you'll have, and the whole pill will create a nice tier 2 city there itself, a proper divide between societies.
When I ask why
based on who has more access to anti-aging pills.
When I ask why this pill, is it market driven is my question. Is it for the market? Somebody is inventing things.
Okay, now
that is
That's the
very,
point.
yes.
No, I got one small. I want one small clarification. Why we need extension of the life?
Why we need? Yeah.
Yeah,
why?
that's what his point.
Yeah, he said, what is the necessity?
No, what is the necessity? I am doing good, whatever the extent I live.
As long as I live healthy with integrity, I die whatever age is fine.
I'm just adding, whatever you are doing good, extension must be there for doing good. Whenever we say, a person dies, a noble person or a totally elevated person, if he dies, we are Just we are telling that we lost an opportunity. He would have been.
He could have done this. He could have done that.
Yeah, like that. You know, that is a hope we must have.
Right.
Extension to serve the society
and
make the life beautiful.
So that is what we want.
Yeah, that is what we want.
Whether we get it or not is all left to or predestined.
Always we are not supposed to think that destiny has been written to us. No.
Absolutely. Yeah, right, Mr. Foster.
Now, see, that is our want.
Yeah, exactly.
We love
want
to.
it.
We love to.
Whether we have it or
see,
not.
the person who is doing good, we want him to continue.
Correct.
Yes.
But then why can't I be that person? Or why can't the others be that person? See, somehow a person who is there during his lifetime, let him be good, and we also must be good when during our lifetime. That is
All right,
the principle.
Dr. Anup, you were saying, could this be a trick to sort of escalate the beauty industry?
Yeah, absolutely. If you look at the background of these companies, you know, there are 2 or 3 companies over here. One is called Chromadex, and one is called Elysium, and one is called the Buck Institute. And Sinclair, who's been working in the Harvard Medical School, along with the University of Sydney, they've come up with this NAD. Now, if you see the kind of cases which they've put against each other, Chromadex has already sued Elysium because they wanted to have the patent on NAD. So you can see the background of these kind of things, what is going on. So these, I wouldn't be wrong in saying that yes, there could be a lobby behind this in terms of who wants to patent NAD and who wants to commercialize. I mean, these supplements are already there in the market. Chromadex already makes these supplements, and in fact, Chromadex was actually supplying all these ingredients to Elysium, and now Elysium and Chromadex are fighting it out against each other. So there is no doubt about the fact that
this
yes,
could be market driven.
Yes, there could be market driven, and there is evidence for that.
Dr. Fatima, is it true that I mean, what this NAD, this element that boosts cell and rejuvenates and give long life to cells, is this element there in anything else which is currently there in the market right now?
See, NAD is actually just a part of your B complex, which is you know, and it forms a part of your many enzymatic processes in your body. So by protecting that and, you know, decreasing the oxidative stress, you can prolong the life of the cell and thereby delay the aging.
Right. Do any products already promise it? What's there in the market?
See, like, this is not the first time one substance has been discovered which delays aging. Like the tablet metformin, which is being taken for the type 2 diabetes. So that there was a study conducted in the Cardiff University which clearly demonstrated beyond doubt that the diabetics on metformin live longer than the non-diabetic counterparts.
Oh.
Which means, you know, it actually prolonged the life.
Yeah, on diabetics.
Yes, and there were also studies done on certain rodents where they, you know, with certain molecules like this, which showed that the rodents lived almost 20% longer than the counterparts. At the same time, you know, like this, there are various molecules which have come in.
And have they lasted? Have they gone beyond that stage of just testing?
No, like the metformin is something which everyone's taking. So diabetes is a highly debilitating disease.
Yeah.
So it affects every single cell in your body.
So, but now we know that metformin is actually giving more life to diabetic patients than non-diabetic.
Wherein without the metformin, they would actually be living 8 or 10 years shorter than, you know, the non-diabetic counterparts.
Wow,
they're living longer.
That's just,
so it is not the first time that something like this which has.
NAD is basically, the component is a B complex which is called niacin, and the simplest source of niacin is cow's milk, and it's proven beyond doubt.
Cow's milk.
Cow's milk.
Okay.
And this, you know, it's proven in the past that cow's milk, you know, there's a disease called pellagra which was treated with niacin. So cow's milk is the most simplest source of niacin, which is NAD.
So drink your cow's milk. You don't need external. That's it.
So simple, is it?
That's a simple.
All right, we're going to cut into a break and then come back to you on your final views. Stay tuned.
It's market driven.
Going over to our religious thinkers, I think our doctors made it as clear as possible. NAD, the substance which sort of protects the cells, has a primary source, which is milk. And milk is possibly the best thing that you can do to your body.
That is cow's milk. That's
cow's milk. Okay, cow's milk.
Specifically.
Okay, specifically cow's milk.
It is not religious thinking. It is not. It has not come from the mouth of a religion personality here.
Okay, it's come from the doctors.
Very educated and very qualified
doctor. So what is
that? Is why save cows and get the milks. And then this is one slogan which we are telling.
Okay, the cows that give milk.
Say buffaloes also.
No.
Say buffaloes also.
Definitely buffalo also, because without buffalo, how can not buffalo?
Because today buffalo's milk is used in the market.
No, buffalo's no,
Now we're
MS.
going- we're
No,
getting
that is
into
not
a-
it. Buffalo
Doesn't have to be
milk
cow's
is
milk.
different.
Doesn't have to be cow's milk.
Cow milk is different. There are
Every
certain
milk has B
differences are
complex in it.
I'm saying that
Not milk.
niacin.
Is there?
Niacin.
Ah,
in
that
milk?
is true. But in a buffalo.
Okay, no, that's what I'm saying. Is it only cow's milk or goat's milk,
No, as-
buffalo's milk, all that's
As
okay?
long as you're not making this religious, I'm going to stick to science and say that niacin is from milk.
Milk.
So let's leave
Let's
it.
leave
All
it
milk.
at
Okay, so
milk.
all milk, all
Okay,
milk.
okay,
So we
then
need to protect all sorts of
All
animals
sorts
that
of
give us
animals.
milk. All right,
Bad
Dr.
ones.
Yes, Faustine, sir.
I would say my mother's milk is the best milk.
That is true.
Very good.
Because when I was most vulnerable, that milk was given and that protected my life. See, all the other milks I may take later when I have other substitutes. But this is the best I feel. And therefore,
Yes.
milk from any what's a living being is good.
Okay.
Because that is a food that is prepared by God Himself for the most vulnerable
It
person.
should be understood the
Yeah,
right sense.
yeah.
In the sense, a lot of people, after delivering the child, they would say like they wouldn't want to give breastfeed. So for that, it
I
is
mean,
scientifically
it's not
also
for
proven.
fashion's
I
sake,
mean,
but
it
I
is
think it
scientifically
hurts
proven that
for the mothers. That's what I've heard.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's true.
From that
I
perspective.
was just coming to you, Omar. I mean, Mr. Udaya spoke about Ayurveda and Ayush, whatnot. Can you shed some light on Unani? Is there something that has properties
See,
to
basically,
long life?
it's a misnomer. I mean, misunderstanding or misrepresentation. Ayurveda belongs to us as much as it belongs to Dr. Udaya.
No, it is.
No, the point here
No,
is
I'm just saying that he
belongs-
spoke
that the
about
it belongs to
Unani doesn't
Islam.
have anything to do with religion.
Yeah.
See,
sure,
Unani has got nothing to do with religion. That's what I'm trying to say.
That's true. That's true.
Ayurveda, Charaka, Shushruta, and all these
Yes.
great
Samhita.
people who are practicing medicine in those years, those times, they have left a great legacy. If they were not there, today whatever we are doing, it wouldn't have been a possibility.
Exactly.
Similarly, when we talk about Unani is again Greek medicine. It is Greek and Roman, from there, some people have adopted.
Right.
But today, mostly a lot of people amongst the Muslim sections, they practice Unani. And they also practice cupping. You
Yes,
might be
yes,
knowing cupping,
yes.
and they call it as hijama.
Yes.
But hijama originated in China, but it was adopted later on. So what I have to say, see, religion is a personal thing. But again, if you want to relate every religious community, at some point you'll find a common thread.
Yes.
And I'm sure you would. If you go into a research, you will find.
because we're all humans.
Yeah.
And-
our bodies, our biology is the same.
Yes, and I want to say a very important thing. The Prophet said, Allahumma inni as'aluka ilman nafiya wa rizqan tayyiba wa amalan muntaqabbala. Meaning of it is, O God Almighty, give me the beneficial knowledge. He didn't say, give me the knowledge from the Arab society. He said, beneficial knowledge. If something is coming from Harvard University, or something is coming from the times of Charakan Shushruta, wherever it is coming from, let us adopt the best practices. And warizkan tayyiba, let my striving for life be a lawful one. Let me not do anything, malpractice or adulterated, like anything. If you want to sell in the market, in the name of, health and fitness, today a lot of things is being marketed. Most likely, as most of them really agreed upon, this could also be a market gimmick.
Yes, absolutely.
It could
All right.
be.
This could be definitely a market gimmick because the scientist himself says that unless and until it's proven, do not try and test it. So I think he himself has made a disclaimer for his own medicine, but we can't wait to know if something like this will come to the fore. On final notes, I take all your last statements on how should one be? The moment you're, look at the attention the scientist got, right, from all across the globe, and that shows our desperation to look beautiful, look young, all the time. And it's trust me, this will be perceived as physical beauty. It'll behold your, halt your aging process. It's not looked at the fact that you will live longer and healthier, but it's going to be viewed as something that will help you erase your wrinkles or reverse your aging and help you with glowing skin and
may I
whatnot.
come here?
Quickly on, sir, why don't you start with what will you say to people?
I'll come here. See, everything can be taken back, reversal. You are shrink, the body and the aging factors and looking beautiful and everything can be done by Kayakalpa Chikitsas.
It can be possible.
It can be possible. It is possible. It is still practicing.
But for people who do not have the time and a fast race,
they have to make time. If you are not having time for yourself for 20 minutes, then why you are wasting your time? Totally you are earning for 60 years. After 60 years, you are spending only for your health.
yes,
You are completely giving to the doctors. Doctors in the sense you are giving yourself for living. You are not living all this year. Only thing is you want to live after 60. That is a dangerous
once
thing.
you get
And-
collect all the money and then you
are
want to
throwing
live,
it out to the
well,
hospitals.
it's too late.
That's
yeah.
all. Oh, number one. Number two, I totally agree with my dear friend. He's not my friend, he's my brother.
We always.
Yeah, we be always brothers only. I totally believe that whatever the medicine, whatever the things happened, in the name of humanity, you should think that the total humanity must get benefit out of the researchers.
Yes, yes.
Not searchers. We are all telling that only researching. Then where is the real search? Real search is something there. Real search is already given by the nature. It has been researched and it has been given. It has been rejuvenate our life.
So, but
it is for humanity.
Mr. Rudayal, as much as we talk about it, we know a number of people who go into depression the moment you have one wrinkle, one black mark, or one pimple. Your hair, you lose your hair after some time. You start graying. It's actually depressing, So pills like this make you have some hope that
I
wow,
have to give you
my life's going to come back.
I have to give.
I'm going to.
Okay.
I have to give you one small.
So we have exactly 1 minute. So you have 30 seconds.
I'll give 10 seconds.
10 seconds.
See, when I am not having mustaches, when I was in the school days, high school, I used to do shavings.
Yeah.
And as soon as I got it, and then I want to trim. And as soon as I got that beards, I want to see that, that has to be grown properly.
Yeah.
And then later on, I want to know if I get some sort of respect from the society, that must become white.
Okay.
No, I'm just keeping on. Aging is not a factor that will not degrade you, but only thing is you have to grow inner and outer.
Yeah.
And the beauty lies in your words and your deeds and your day-to-day life as is totally.
So basically, have a balanced life, a balanced mind.
Lifestyle must be balanced.
Lifestyle, yeah.
Mental, inner and outer peace must be there. That's
absolutely.
all.
Umar Shariff, how do you convince yourself if you're, these kind of pills really bring some sort of hope that, wow, my life can come back.
With regards
I can have like the most happening, exciting life once again.
Yeah.
It is depressing and it's very difficult to tell yourself. As much as we say it's all right, it's okay, you go back home and start sulking again. So how do you really keep that mental frame of mind?
See, the thing is, let us do something which is possible. I don't dream of something which is, not true or doubtful or conjecture, which is not certain. I would do something which is practical. I go to the gym. I personally go to the gym. I make sure that I eat mostly the organic food. I stay away from all the preservatives and all that, which is going to be carcinogenic. So I do which is researched and established. Let us all do whatever is fact. Why do we have to go about something which is not sure? One thing. And to be beautiful or handsome is something which I desire. And I think all the religious people should desire. Doesn't mean that, when you have gray hair, you don't look beautiful or handsome. See, beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. How is that? How you carry yourself. George Clooney, you look at him, with the gray hair, looks awesome. Look at Jim Carrey, he looks awesome. And even for that matter, Gandhi ji, with all that, whatever he had, his own persona, he was looking awesome. Nobody can debate on that, I feel. With that two dhoti and one Gandhiji.
Did he have a lot of girlfriends?
Yeah, of course. If you get into my experiment with the truth, if you go into the book, my experiment with the truth, you'll find a lot of things which he has explained, but I don't want to talk in this.
Okay, no, I get it. Beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. But like I said, a lot of them don't accept it. Aesthetics matter.
That's
Father Faustin.
Yeah, aesthetics matter. But for the person, it may matter, not for the others. So the person may like to have certain things, believing that others like that.
Right.
But actually that is not the reality. The thing I want to say now is everything that protects life is welcome. Pills that prolong life, welcome. If the pills are helping me to be a better person and better living, healthy living and painless living, for being productive is welcome. But at the same time, I have a caution here. Today's world is competitive. There is always challenge. And the challenge is in the market today.
Right.
And that market is pressing the people for inventions. There was a time when we said necessity is the mother of invention. When there was need, we invented. But today, it is not
Greed.
necessity.
It's greed
Necessity is the mother of invention.
inventing.
Instead, market, money, wealth
Absolutely.
is the focus.
Right.
So
Right.
therefore, let us be very cautious and let us not be too excited with this.
Right.
And also, this how many people really long for. See, what is the value addition it is making for one's life? That's my question.
Right.
So 100 or 150 or 50, what is the value addition this long life will make to a person? That's
Yes,
the question.
yeah, absolutely. Oh, coming back to the scientific views on this, on a final note, Dr. Fatima, would you say to look out for something like this? Do you see this developing furthermore?
See, death is inevitable. Aging is undeniable. But the idea should be to live a healthier old age. So without too many ailments. So it's better to adopt preventive medicine, adopt healthier lifestyles. And if there's something like this which is harmless, which is just adding on to your B complex and reducing oxidative stress to improve your overall health in your old age, then why not? And so it's many other scientific revelations which were previously considered, like fiction, have become a reality. Then there is always a hope that this could be a
This could
reality.
also
We're
be
looking
a
at healthier
reality.
old age rather than prolonging life or not dying. We're looking at a healthier old age. So you can live 70,
Absolutely.
80
Imagine
without being dependent.
crippled and old, I mean, old is fine, crippled and not being able to walk and still living for like another 20 odd years. I mean, who wants a life like that, right? So the aim is to live healthy more than live longer.
And not be dependent and not be dependent in
And
your
not
old
be
age.
dependent, absolutely. Dr. Anup, should we look out for something like this?
I would conclude by reiterating my opening sentence that we may be celebrating too early. The three things that we need to look out for: one, it has to be evidence-based. Until proven, I don't think we should jump to conclusions. Number two, we really need to look into, is the pill going to be more beneficial for the consumer or the one who's actually producing the pill? So we need to look at it from that perspective. And lastly, there is no shortcut to healthy aging.
Absolutely.
It has to be multidimensional. Diet, exercise, faith, all this go hand in hand. So no shortcuts to healthy aging.
No shortcuts to healthy aging.
One sentence.
All right, sir.
Only one
Please
sentence.
go ahead.
You told I'm going to the scientific side.
Yeah.
We are also
Scientific.
philosophical scientists or scientifical philosophers.
All right, all right.
That's all.
All right. Thank you
Good,
so
good.
much. I
Don't
think-
forget to drink milk.
Yes.
Don't forget to drink milk.
To drink milk.
Absolutely. I think that should be our sign-off note.
Yes,
Thank you so
yes,
much
yes.
for joining us and shedding that light. But ultimately, like all of us heard from the experts joining us, whatever external is external. What you have internally, you need to keep first. Right? You need to keep that first and drink milk. I think that's the best message that all of these experts have given us today. Thank you so much for watching us.